another episode of the Outer Space podcast.
Hello, and we have a new guest today. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Tadia. Thank you for having me.
So, first we're gonna ask some questions on the ski trip that just happened last month. So, tell us something about the journey, the trip, on the way there.
Yeah, so we had a big bus. It was, okay. The trip was good. We didn't have any delay, and it was a good party.
How long was the trip there?
The trip there was like, I think 14 hours, and then we spent there the 8 days on the ski trip.
And where was it?
In France, in Les Cibelles.
And what else were you doing except skiing or snowboarding?
Yeah, so we were cooking very good food. Also, one night we were doing like a cooking show for the teachers, and we won. And yeah, the other nights we just spent time with some other people, playing some games and just chatting and chilling.
Mm-hmm. And how was it? Was it good? Was it bad? Were there any problems?
It was good. The weather was great for the majority of the week. It was sunny and the snow was perfect, so great for skiing. And were there any problems? Yeah, there were a few issues. Some skis got stolen, which is very unfortunate, and I actually don't know if they were found or not.
Okay. And you were skiing or snowboarding?
I was skiing.
Okay, that's lame. Nice. Do you have like some funny stories that happened?
Funny stories. I'm thinking if there was something funny. Yeah, few people had some costumes, and Tara had the funniest costume. It was a big black dick. So that was quite funny seeing her in the costume skiing.
And how would you say, in comparison with the ski trip for the younger ones, is this one better, or would you say it's the same?
I think for the big ones it's better, because in France you have more snow, and it's just like better experience also from the like skiing part, but also because it's further away, you have the longer journey there, so that's also fun, unless your bus breaks down as last year. So yeah, I would say that for the older ones is better.
Hi guys, we have a new guest here and it's Jakub Novak, so please introduce yourself.
Hello, thanks for having me. As you know, I'm one of your classmates. I'm a pupil of Mensa Gymnasium as well.
Yeah, okay, so we were gonna ask... we want to ask you about the ski trip, if you enjoyed it or if you have any stories that you could tell us.
Definitely, it was awesome. I do have a funny story from the second day, which was quite catastrophic. So at this point, on the first day, something bad happened to every single one of me and my friends. We had a group that we were staying together for the whole trip, right? So Cyril had his whole face sunburnt and had pus coming out of his cheeks, so he was in horrible pains. And Tobias probably ate something a bit weird, like a burger, and so he had a stomachache and spent the evening before laying on the couch. And what happened to me is that I had ski shoes, like the things that you clip your skis onto, from my dad. So they did not fit my foot at all, and my foot is wider. So the whole time while I was skiing, my foot was being crushed by the shoe. And later, when I came to our room, you know, the hotel, I spent like 20 minutes in the bath putting hot water on it to get blood flowing into it. The foot was in horrible pain.
That sounds painful.
Yeah. And so the second day, Cyril stayed home, so he did not ski, and Tobias got better, so he was skiing. So it was me and Tobias, and I got to the lift before Tobias. And so I went up, and during the lift, my foot started cramping up like crazy. It hurt like hell. And so I decided, no, I'm not gonna do this. This would just be me forcing myself to be skiing the whole day, and it would not be enjoyable. So I told Mr. Kalevora, who's the teacher there, sorry, I was telling you earlier that my foot hurt, and so I'm gonna go I'm gonna go ahead and get back home. And he said, yeah, sure, okay, I'll tell the others. Turns out that is not what he did. So later, there was a search for me, and Tobias asked him, hey, where is Kuba? Have you seen him? He's like, no, that's a good question. I have not seen him. Where is he? Right? So they spent like an hour searching for me just because he forgot about me. I forgot that I looked him in the eye and said, hello, it's me. I'm going back to the room. So they had a search for me, and meanwhile I spent like an hour getting back because I missed one of the slopes. So I was driving, off-road, what would you call that? Free ride, with my shoes with my feet in horrible pain. I even got stuck under like a meter of snow, so I had to kind of crawl out of it and crawl under one of the fences onto the skiing slope, clip my shoes on, and then ride down a horrible bumpy skiing slope.
That sounds like a John Wick episode or John Wick movie, kind of.
Yeah, it was an adventure. Quite an adventure. So when I got back to Cyril, who was at home, he was like, hey, what happened? I was like, my shoes hurt. So I spent a bit of time recomping my feet, making sure that they don't hurt too much. And so we decided we were going to go for a walk because we're in the French Alps, right? So everything's beautiful. There's a nice mountain to the right of us, and so now Cyril needs some sunscreen because he's still got his face burnt, right? And so he stays home, and I go, like, I'm gonna go a bit before you, and we can catch up. It'll only be like a minute. We ended up being outside searching for each other literally for an hour. With Cyril didn't have his phone because it was dead. So it was me in some French town asking people, hey, did you guys see like a guy like me, not dressed in skiing things, just in normal clothing, just walking around? Nobody seemed to know where we were. And so after an hour, we caught up. At this point, it was like 1 p.m. And so then we decided to go on a hike that lasted like 4 hours. And we got back before dinner. So that was what I did on the second day of the skiing trip instead of skiing. And I have to say it was wonderful.
Sounds interesting. You were definitely lost many times that day, but glad you were found. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being in this episode. And we're gonna go to another host. Thank you.
Right, thank you for having me. See you later.
And here we have our last guest, Anička, our classmate. Hi, Anička.
Hello.
Could you tell us about the ski trip? How was it?
Yeah, so it was really nice. We had beautiful weather, but there was a bit a problem with the hotel where we were staying, because it was kind of, I don't want to say ugly, but
not
really
the best
small
quality.
and not the best quality, kind of small and kind of dirty, but we managed to somehow get comfortable there, and it was amazing. We were cooking for us, we were doing dinner, snacks and everything, so we had like plan when each of us were cooking like each day. So it was kind of nice, and we had like spaghetti, pizza,
That
eggs.
sounds nice.
Really nice. It was really nice. So we enjoyed that, and we had lots of fun and lots of experience with
That
skiing.
sounds amazing. And how was the snow?
The snow was good because there was it was really cold. We were there in March, yeah. So it was nice, yeah. It was good. It was good quality. So
Okay, I'm glad, and thank you for being on our podcast.
you're welcome. Bye.